Hello Capricorn, this is Tamara from Tamara Tarot, and I'm going to do your reading for the first 2 weeks of October, from 1st to 15th of October 2017. And this reading is for the Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, and Capricorn Rising sign. Check my camera. I hope it resonates with you. If it doesn't, please watch your moon sign or your rising sign. Okay, for this particular reading, I'm using the Gilded Tarot deck, which is this one. And I'm going to draw a couple of clarifiers from the Wild Unknown deck by Kim Krans, which is that one. Right, I'll just shuffle. I shuffled a lot before we started, and I'm just carry on shuffling. Just want to tell you that thank you very much for all your subscriptions, all your likes, all your comments, all your donations and private bookings. And if you are interested in private booking, all the information is underneath this video and description box. All right, Capricorn, let's start. I'm going to draw 10 cards. Okay. Okay, the core of the matter is the Fool. Fantastic. What crosses you is the Chariot. The base of the reading is the Temperance card. In your recent past, we have Two of Pentacles. What crowns the reading is the Moon card. In your recent, that's a recent past. In the near future, we have the High Priestess, which is fantastic. The way you see yourself as the Ten of Swords. In your environment, we have Five of Swords. Hopes and fears, we have Page of Swords. And the possible outcome is Five of Pentacles. Okay. All right, dear Capricorn, let's start. Well, let's start that the Capricorn is very earthy sign, is very down to earth, is very reliable, loyal. It's all about, analyzing. It's all about financial stability. And at the moment, in the core of the matter, we have the Fool card. So the Fool card represents some sort of stepping into unknown, starting anew, starting completely, and it's a new path for you completely, Capricorn. This first 2 weeks of October obviously brings completely a new indigo where we just, you will, it's like a leap of faith. You're taking a leap of faith. You're starting something completely new. You decided to take that risk. It's being risky, is, I don't know, just completely, just follow your inner child inside of you. But it's not being completely, as I said, the Fool, but it's not being like idiot, but it's following your gut feeling, following your intuition, and being brave and jumping forward. It's a fast stop. And actually what's the challenge here is the Chariot, which is not really a challenge, because it tells me, yes, you have started that new path. You've started it without knowing what's expecting in front, but you're in a driver's seat. You know what you're doing. You're ruling the situation. You're in charge. Chariot sometimes represents the Cancer sign. So if there's could be Cancer person very significant for you in this. He could be a challenge in your life at the moment, but otherwise you are in charge. You're ruling forward. If there is any, because it's a challenge position, it could be any problems with your car, maybe any automobiles you're owing. Any that could be another challenge. Maybe there is your car needs repairing or something. but otherwise you're ruling forward, you're sort of in control of the situation, and you're in charge of everything. Very positive card. It's moving forward. It is moving forward, this one, and because this one in challenge, I don't know why, but because you are moving forward as well with the Chariot as well. But the core of the matter is the Temperance card. Temperance card tells you to be patient. You want to that leap of faith. You want to rush forward as a chariot. You want this, you want that, and you can get all that. Yes, you can, but the core of the matter is Temperance tells you, come on, just step up, step back a little bit. Think about everything. Yeah, you can do all that. You're capable. You're in a driver's seat. You can do all that. But be patient. Take everything in moderation. Sometimes that patience and moderation serves us right. So just don't rush forward too much, because, you need to sort of balance everything in your life. Look at everything and with the patience and moderation, and that was the basis. And it's a major arcana cards. And saying that, all the other all three cards are the major arcana cards. And you've got the Moon, I've got the High Priestess as well, which all tells me that it's not just the 2 weeks reading for you, dear Capricorn. It's a much longer sort of effect of these cards for you. So it could be probably like by the end of the year for you. In a recent past, we have the 2 of Pentacles. The money were tight, so you were trying to sort of balance them. You were trying to sort of pick up from here, move them there, pick them there. Trying to balance whatever as much as you can have. And, obviously you've done a good task with them. But it is a limited resources, and you are trying to sort of close this hole in order to open that one, or in order to take money from there and close this hole. It's a balancing act. It's trying to sort of balance your finances. And that's in a recent past, and maybe that's why the Temperance tells you, take the moderation approach, because you do need it with this limited resources, financial resources. And what crowns your reading is the Moon card. The Moon card is a card about unknown. It's a very grey area. It's a twilight of our life. Because, the night is very dark. It's all, completely dark. And then morning is a bright. We've got the sunrise and everything else. So the Moon is somewhere in between. So it colors everything in grey sort of color. So it's a grey period when you sort of in an unknown zone. You sort of you need to follow your intuition. You need to follow your gut feeling. There's a lot of hidden things. There's a lot of lies. There's a lot of unknown for you. So just keep an eye on all this situation, because the Moon tells you that, just be careful. There is this, there's that, things which you don't know, things you don't suspect, but they might not be there, maybe they are there. And the High Priestess as well tells you, follow your intuition. That Moon and the High Priestess is so much sort of similar cards. The High Priestess tells you, follow your gut feeling. Follow your intuition in your near future. Because whatever was happening, you were trying to start a completely new path. You started to take a new path. You were in the driver's seats. There was a hint for you there. Be patient. Keep things in a balance, and the same in the past. And the possible outcome and the near future tells you the same message, sending you the same message. Follow your intuition, follow your gut feeling, because you know where you're going. And the way you see yourself as the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is not really nice card, to be honest. It's a card of telling that being betrayed in the past, being stabbed in the back in the past. It's very emotional cards because swords represents our thoughts, our mental capacity, the way we think about everything. So that's the way you present yourself, as someone who's been defeated, who's been bleeding, someone who's been stabbed in the back. Not really nice position to be. However, 10 represents for me the end of the cycle, because after 10 we got 1, which is something new. Yeah, you did have to go through that period, not very nice. I've been there, I don't want to be there anymore. But we have to sometimes to go through that in order to clear a path for something new in our life. So after 10 there's only 1, which is 1, like 0, this one, full. It's to start something new. So my condolences, yes, you did go through that, but after 10 there's only, next number is 1. It's a new beginning. And in your environment you're still struggling, you're still fighting. It's a mental struggle, mental fighting. You sort of, depends the way you look at this card. People tend to look at this guy who thinks that he's won the battle. He, waves his sword, and there's his enemies. Actually, the card talks about the main feature in this card is the enemies. It's a card of defeat. So, but you don't know where you are. So it's quite sort of, there's two ways in looking at this card. You either won the battle, but what price you paid for it, and you're not sure if you're actually the winner, or you're that defeated person. It's a card of defection, where you're saying, okay, I'll put my swords down, and I'll move away from this, and maybe it serves you better. You never know. Sometimes to leave everything and just to leave all these mental battles, mental arguments, and tell the person, okay, you won, and just move on with your life. Sometimes it's better. Saves us, all this, nerves and negative emotions and everything else. It's up to this person who thinks who wins. Unless you think that you are a winner, then what price you paid for this win. Sometimes the win is quite a sour win. Hopes and fears, we have Page of Sword. Page of Sword is the very young energy. Something just started in your life. Either you just started looking for the truth about what's, sort of situation. You started to look and trying to find out what's going on. You decided to sort of get all, because the moon is here and the High Priestess tells you that you need to follow your gods. The High Priestess also has got a moon depicted on its card. So you sort of started, do I need to find out what's it all about actually? So it's in your hopes to find out where the truth was, where if the clarity, to find the clarity. Or it could be a child who is significant in your life. Pages represent children sometimes. If the child is significant, and in your hopes, you just sort of, the child could represent the air sign. All the swords represent air signs, and air signs is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius person. So the child could be very significant for you at the moment. And the outcome, we got the 5 of Pentacles. All the 5s in tarot decks represent losses or battles. So we have 5 of Swords where we're fighting. So in this card, 5 of Pentacles is a loss. Loss of finances, sometimes loss of health, sometimes loss of home, being, homeless. It's not very pleasant card, dear Capricorn. It's not something I was hoping to see in, your outcome position. So, because you were all very sort of, you wanted to go forward as a fool, you were in driver position, and the message for you were like to follow your gut feelings. And then the possible outcome is a 5 of Pentacles. One thing I would like to say that after 5 there's always 6. 6 is a balance period. So if you have got strengths to pass that period, then there will be like after that there will be a period of rejuvenation and balance for you. I would like to clarify because the outcome, I don't really like the outcome for you, dear Capricorn. So I would like to draw a couple more cards and to see what's additional messages for you is from the Wild Unknown deck. And we got another, yeah. I'm sorry, but you know, I'm not going to record this video to make it sugar-coated and say that it's all good. No, it's not good. So watch out for the possible outcomes for you, dear Capricorn. It's a loss of financial loss. It's possible loss of house. It's possible loss of health. It's not a positive. You know, I can't be positive all the time. I'm sorry. So second card for you is Wheel of Fortune, but Wheel of Fortune is turning. Yes, after that we're going from, you know, as I said, after 5 there's always 6. 6 is a period of balance. Let's see what we have. And we have Mother of Wands, so we've got the Queen of Wands, which is, you know, a new project or something. Yeah, so yeah, the outcome confirms. Very rare 2 cards comes together. It's the same cards represented by completely 2 different decks. They're all talking about losses. They're all talking about loss of finances, loss of health. But still being, is if you see these 2 people, they carry on walking, so being strong enough to carry on. And hopefully moving into the number 6 from this, which is a balance. And the Wheel of Fortune is tells me that you will be able to overcome those obstacles. You're strong enough to overcome those obstacles because the Wheel of Fortune turns. So if you are at the moment in the bottom of it with all your financial or health difficulties, it moves and you will be on the top of this wheel, you will be on the top of the life, you will be on the top of the world. The world will be your oyster because you'll be able to sort of achieve that sort of, you know, top position. So Wheel of Fortune is a fantastic card to be in a period of transformation, moving from the bottom to the top. And the Mother of Wands is another fantastic card. This mother is very passionate. She is a good mother, she is a good wife, she's a passionate woman. It's a start of new project, it's someone who is very creative, someone who is passionate about what she's doing. So there could be some, the wands represent a fire sign, it could be the Leo, Aries or Sagittarius person who is significant for you. So if you're a gentleman watching this video, there could be the fantastic new, you know, person is entering your life who is a Mother of Wands, who is a, you know, fire sign for you. For the ladies, it could be like the court cards hasn't got a gender. It could be a new person coming into your life, fire sign person who could be there for you, who could help you to go through this period of, you know, difficulties and the period of transformation from, you know, for the wheel going from the bottom into the top. You've got this fire person as their support system for you. Well, dear Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I know it's been very dramatic, but, you know, we all have will, you know, power and a will, and we can sort of define our destiny. And tarot cards just helping us in this. So you got a message, so maybe you can turn that Wheel of Fortune with to avoid that period. And thank you very much for watching. Come back next time, and thanks so much for subscribing, and if you're interested in the private readings, all the information in the description box underneath this video. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye.